Eivor, I'm pleased you came. Welcome to my estate, old friend.
Thegn Alfgar. It's an impressive amount of land you oversee.
Quite right. I often get lost swimming to my island in this flowing sea of wheat.
You said you had something to show me when we last spoke. What did you mean?
Yes, I did. Observe. This fine specimen belonged to our beloved elderman, Hunbeort, before his untimely passing. He left it here when we last hunted together. I now wish you to have it.
It is a beautiful weapon, finely crafted. Thank you.
I thought you might like it. Now, take it and come hither. I have a rousing hunt planned for the two of us. Leave aside talk of politics and shire moats. Let us enjoy the fruits of my land together.
We're hunting or fruit picking?
Both, if you like. Whatever you fancy. I'm generous with the yields of my estate, as you will see. To be plain, Eivor, a great bear has been badgering my estate for weeks. I must... to prevent a future tragedy.
You brought me here to hunt a bear.
Yes, and I'm so pleased you agreed to come. I suspect you know better than most that I have what it takes to lead this shire. Though its line of kings is old and ended, the people of this land still teems with life, with promise. But today, the shire languishes. It needs the guidance of new blood.
Like me.
Sorry?
I'm the definition of new blood. It may be I should put my name in for Elderman.
There it is, that dark sense of humor. Blunt as a hammer, eh? Like the one carried by your thunder god. I don't recall the name.
Go on.
What I mean to say is, I enjoy the company of your people. Or people like you. What little I've seen of them. And I don't care what stuffy fools like Hereford and Hunwald say. You Danes are damn decent people. Not dense at all.
Kind of you to notice.
I remember when the Danes first arrived, not long ago. The locals were terrified. Not of being raided, but of their spouses.
Are we hunting Alfgar? Or is it your hope that I'll braid your hair?
Hunting, definitely! The bear's lair should be nearby. My old friend Grim. How wonderful to see you here. What a pleasant surprise.
What surprise? I came as you requested.
Yes, and how is Grimsby? How are all the other Danes?
I can't speak for all Danes, but I am well, and itching for a hunt as you made plain in your message this morning.
Yes, that's right. Very good. Speaking of Danes, I'd like to introduce you to Eivor. Perhaps you know each other, as one Dane to another.
It is good to meet you, Grim.
Hey, Eivor. Did he lure you here as well with the promise of a hunt?
Yes, hunting a bear. That's the point of all this. We're hunting, I promise.
There's a cave just up the hill there. Seems a likely place for a lair.
If the beast is as large as Alfgar claims, it'll take all three of us to bring it down.
I'm game. Let's get a new fur cloak, shall we? There's all manner of beasts in this forest. If we don't find the bear, we'll find something worth our supper.
I have a divine rule over the land on my estate. God shall provide. Have no worry.
This is the threshold of a beast's home. There's no doubting that. That's not a bear. Wolves.
To the pig! Wolves everywhere, and not a bear in sight.
Eivor, there's something you'll want to see here.
Is that smoke? My God! My estate is burning like a twig!
Soon to be a sea of fire.
Eivor! You're skilled enough, and I can't tell you how to handle this, but please! By God, help me with this!
I'm in this fight with you. A clutch of puny Mercians don't frighten me.
This place is heavily guarded.
Your time has come! With me! Burn this damn lover down!
The men who would see you burn are dead. Let's get these fires out.
Agreed. What a mess. A sea of ashes. I thank you, Eivor, for doing what you could.
You're a man of many riches, Alfgar. You can rebuild.
To be sure. But I do not look forward to the toilet. Sweet Lord in heaven! The bear is returned!
The Shiremoot will start soon. I should return to Lincoln to see that it goes well.
nabas en feli solo timur almis venit pluviali. Vel fortibus auida mores necne. Hecris tristes. E non cupidum eorum.
Archer, is everything ready?
The Shiremoot will soon begin. Will you join us, Eivor? We'd be comforted by your presence.
Yes, I'm curious to see this Shiremoot for myself. I will follow. When will the vote begin, Abbess?
12 able lords of Lincolnshire have already cast their stones, but they have reached a tie. 4 votes for each man. It now falls to you to break this impasse.
Me? By whose order?
You have earned the trust of our 3 candidates, it seems. Even our bishop has found a certain fondness for your hardy spirit.
It's an important vote for your people. How would you counsel my vote?
I value competent and righteous leadership, not foolish friends in high seats.
Anyone but Hunwald, you mean?
I love Hunwald as I love my own kin. But I would not put a stone in his care without fearing for the safety of both. I pray that God guides your vote today, and not the devil, as I fear.
Sakna Kálfs, veistu? Hann var sváblíður og nokk tekinn. Nú blóð hans gaf gott regni á, fljótt á. Eigum að senda kæti fyrir þakki. Hann hryllilegur matur en
A vote for Hunwald will return the House of the Ferocious Swan to its full...
Free men, free possible futures.
Which of these sad puppets will dance best when you call upon them?
It is not for myself I must cast the stone, but for my clan. Who will serve us best in a time of true need?
You can never be certain where you stand in another's heart. Choose only for yourself.
All 3 have strengths and weaknesses. Though tinged with arrogance, Alvgard is competent and wealthy. He'd be a good alderman, but a faithful ally? I choose Alvgard. He's sturdy and competent, and his wealth will be a boon.
It is decided. By the grace of God, the new Alderman is Lord Algar of Lincoln.
God has spoken, and his voice is a clarion call. As your Alderman, I will work to better this Shire, to foster peace between its people, and to serve our king. I bless you all.
Let us all raise our cups. A toast to our new Alderman. As all well know, this Shiremoot's decision is not final, but advisory. It now falls to our newly anointed King Ceolwulf to ratify our choice. To this end, we need not worry. Ceolwulf is a friend to Saxon and Dane alike, and he is sure to approve the results. Our good and noble friend, Arthelswith.
A septic rot has overtaken this Shire.
A sickness for which there is only one cure.
Your Grace! What is this?
Nobles of Lincolnshire, stand fast!
For the glory of the ancients, leave none alive!
Steel yourself, Hunwald.
Mother of God! Another!
Hold steady, Elderman. Grab any arm you can.
Deliver us from this evil!
Is this how their god welcomes a new Elderman? Bastard bishop. What's his endgame? Your troubles begin early, Alfgar.
We'll find and kill that man.
To think such carnage could happen in Lincoln.
The grief tosser can't have gone far. Raise a field and march against what many is left.
Agreed. Hunwald, will you fight with me?
I will. For the sake of Lincolnshire, I bloody will.
I am at a loss for words. A trusted man of the cloth. I will pray for these martyrs, and tend to the remaining wounded, until the last man walks free.
Be well, Archer.
And you, Eivor. May God, or the gods, protect you.
Ambulato per yoga. Non cum canibus adolibitque, felini mildacium et humilis.
Such carnage I've never seen.
What news?
We've learned that Herefrith occupies a fort at Anecastre, south of here. An eager fear awaits my voice to lead him into battle. Will you ride with us?
I've gone some days without a proper siege. Lead on.
To the camp, then, and onward to Anecastre. Follow, if you will.
Herefrith was a friend of my father's and always so dear to me. I don't understand what possessed him.
He invoked the name of an ancient order before his men attacked. I know exactly what possessed him.
Do you?
It's not a story for now.
This will send waves of disgust through all the parishes of Mercia. Herefrith is a new and ugly stain on the bishopric.
Your Christ was an interesting man, if a little soft. But stranger still, I've met so few Christians like him.
Today has been a boon, Eivor. In spite of everything. Today has been a boon, Eivor. In spite of everything, I now know my father's spirit still burns within me. It's thanks to you I know this. When songs are sung of the day Lincolnshire was saved, your name will ripple through every stanza.
Don't be hasty, Hunwald. One verse of our song remains unsung. The din of battle beckons.
You pagans and your appetite for battle. I certainly don't share it. I worry what diabolical feast the bishop has in store.
Don't let that poxy bishop worry you. With Eivor beside us, he'll be victuals before long. How has Atcha taken all this? She and Herevryth were so close.
She must feel as though the devil himself attacked her monastery. The poor lady.
We spoke briefly. Her spirits were low, but her work carried on. I think she'll be fine.
Manipulated by a man who should be God's gladdener.
We are the men of Lincolnshire! Remember it! My ancestors fought with the old kings of Lindsey. It's for their memory we fight today.
Our warsmith has arrived. The Feards are ready to fight.
Chieftain Eivor, can we win this battle with the small number you see assembled here?
If they fight as strongly as they smell, we will claim victory.
Then we'll have no cause for worry. We should attack soon, before the bishop can muster more troops. What do you think, Eivor?
We attack now. Ready to defeat it.
Our first task will be to breach the outer wall. Then we deal with the troops inside.
For the glory of Lincolnshire!
The best way to breach is with a battering ram. I should help it along. Try hitting it with the springald. challenge at last.
Gods! Hereford has gone mad!
Can't hold out much longer.
You, point me to the bishop. No one else need die today.
He's in the chapel there, hiding away. Scoundrel's coward.
Let no one leave that church without facing judgment. The other side must be barred.
Respite, Lord, please. Our battle is lost.
I died the day I hid behind these robes, this cross. To bring the light of my order to a wider view, I did baste myself. Clawed my way to the top of this common religion, full of common men. I should have lived as the ancient dead.
That's the folly of mankind, Herefrith. We wallow in our failures, like happy pigs in a sty of shit. You should have learned to enjoy it.
Eivor! You fought as one possessed by a demon today.
Herefrith may yet have allies in Mercia, members of his secret order, but the immediate danger is past.
You have my deepest thanks, Eivor. To you I owe all my future happiness and prosperity.
It is a shame Hunwald was not fit to don his father's boots. But he can bring joy to the people here. Treat him well.
Yes, about that. I believe he has a somewhat different idea of his future. You should talk to him.
About?
Until next we meet, Eivor. The strength of Lincolnshire is yours, should you need it.
We are bonded now. Your people and mine.
I have found better friends in Danes, to be honest. Swanborough is my love, and you are a better friend to me than any here. Would it be an imposition to ask... Well, could we live with your clan? Swanborough and I. It would mean so much to her. And to me.
Of course you may. We'll be happy to host you, ferocious swan, and your charming Dane. Come when it suits you.
Oh, yes! I'll pull my weight, I promise. And fight when needs be, and I won't drink more than I'm allotted.
You fight with us, Hunwald, and you can drink as much as you like.
Thank you, Eivor. This means... it means the world to me.
Now it seems the wind calls me back to Randi. Best tell her the good news.
It was not rubbish. I intended to use it. Please, calm down.
Randvi, what is this?
Another dispute, I'm afraid. With Holger stirring the pot once again. Will you set in judgment?
Judgments are the burden of a Jarl. This is Sigurd's duty now.
He refuses to leave his quarters. Right now, you are the only noble fit for this.
I don't know. It is not my place.
Please. Only until Sigurd recovers his strength.
All right. Once more. Gudrun, Holger, come forward. You'll state your cases and I'll hear you out and be as swift in my judgment as I am able. Gudrun, you may speak.
I have been robbed, Eivor. My property defaced. 3 days ago, I discovered some of my sailcloth missing. I scoured the settlement in search of it. Passing Holger's home, there I see it. Boldly displayed and worse, defaced, with scrolls and silly stories upon it.
Lies and slander!
Holger, quiet. You're well acquainted with the rules of this trial. Now, Gudrun, what did you do upon discovering your sailcloth?
I confronted him, demanding silver. For sil with Holger's inky scratching cannot be sold or bartered, can it? I ask only that I be paid for the property that was taken from me, yet he refuses.
So Holger took something that belonged to you and defaced it. Now you wish to be paid for the item. Do I understand?
That is right.
Holger, what say you in your defense?
Short days ago, I found a pile of mildew-stained detritus beneath the docks, and salvaged what I could. I wish to use it as a canvas, you see? As a conveyance for my latest works. The sailcloth was in such a state, and so obscured from view, I assumed it was refuse, abandoned goods.
I see.
My motives were honest, Eivor. Would a thief be so brazen as to display the fruits of his crime? Hardly. Yet here she claims I have robbed and defaced her property, when all I took was rubbish left by to rot.
Nonsense.
My only crime here is that I gave something ugly and decrepit a bold new life.
I see. So you feel Gudrun disposed of something, and now unreasonably seeks its return.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. I have heard enough.
I might have profited from that cloth. Holger has all but robbed me of a future boon.
It was garbage. Yet now it's a part of something greater. If anything, I have increased its value. You ought to thank me.
Oh, I will thank you with the back of my...
Quiet. Let me speak. After careful thought, it is clear that...
What is this? What are you doing?
Holga and Guthrun are at odds. I hope to find a resolution.
That duty is mine alone, Eivor. You know this. Stand aside.
You were not here, brother. Nor did I wish to bother you.
A sallow excuse for such a bold defiance. I hope you enjoyed it. Are you finished singing, my dear Skald?
My Jarl, as I was saying,
Stop! Enough! I have heard more than enough to render my judgment. For as long as I've known you, Holger, you have spun words into lies. You weaken the minds of children, and delude the minds of men. I've shown you too many years of tolerance. And rather than exist in grateful meekness as Holger the liar, you sink lower. You become Holger the thief, robbing a woman of her livelihood, all in the name of your stupid stories.
Sigurd, you all know that is not the...
This is the consequence of your actions. You will pay Gudrun the value of 30 sailcloths.
30 times? Surely you jest. That would ruin me, Sigurd.
Do I look like one to play pranks, Holger? Pay the fee, or be exiled.
Great, Jarl. If I may, I seek only compensation for a single sailcloth. The rest is...
30 times! In silver! That is my judgment.
Eivor, please. Does this not seem unfair?
Sigurd is our Jarl. His word is law, whether or not you agree.
You see?
Of course, my Jarl. As it must be. Forgive my defiance.
Thank you, Lord, for hearing us out.
See to it that judgment is carried out exactly as I have said. Should the need arise again, do not fail to rouse me.
Judgment, Eivor. For stepping in when Sigurd would not, in spite of what happened.
Poor man. I've never known him to be so angry and reckless. Is that a side you have seen?
Rarely. There have been moments when he was distressed, worried, afraid. But nothing like this. Never, ever like this.
Let us do our best for him, as we take care of our own. We are his best hope for healing.
If it is not too late. In the meantime, we press on.
Lincolnshire is a friend to us.
Wonderful news. And who is our ally there?
Elfgar is now Ealdorman of Lincolnshire. I believe he will be a good friend to our clan.
Good. I hope he is a man we can trust.